Hi friends! It's another talk time with me, Vicky. Today we're conquering the winter blues with language learning games inspired by the book Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Have you read it? I hope so. But if you haven't, again, today's activity will not involve any spoilers. Whew. You can breathe a sigh of relief. There are 3 games that she mentions in the book. The first one is a game called Truth. It's kind of like Truth or Dare, except no dare, so just truth. It's a simple game. You can definitely play it indoors or outdoors, that's fine. But if it's a cold day and you want to be indoors, perfect indoor game. Here's how the game Truth would work. The person who goes first has to answer 3 questions that are asked by the other players. And they have to answer the questions truthfully. It's not fun if you lie because the game is called Truth. So please tell the truth in the game. That's what makes it fun. Some questions that they used in the book were, somebody could get offended. So you have to be careful with the game of Truth. Don't ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to. Okay? Number 2. The next game was a game called Authors. If you don't have the Authors game, which I don't, you could make your own, which could be fun. Or you could, I think you can purchase it on the internet, but I say make your own. It's more personal to make it yourself, you know? The game Authors is just like it sounds. It's a lot of cards. Well, I guess it's not just like it sounds because it doesn't sound like anything. But I did a Google search and the cards have different authors on them. So you could write your favorite author and your friend can write their favorite author. And together you compile a group of cards. You'd have to make sure that there are multiple cards of the same author. So if you make a card for Louisa May Alcott, the author of Little Women, then make 2 cards that say Louisa May Alcott, or make 4 cards that say Louisa May Alcott. Then what you're going to do is you put all the cards in a pile, you'll shuffle them. Let me show you. Now these are just regular playing cards. Well, not regular, they're jumbo size. But so I would just shuffle these cards, shuffling them, and then you deal the cards. So one for you, one for you. Deal them all out until everybody has, depending on the number of cards that you have made. So if it's a normal deck of cards, well then everybody can have 5 cards, 6 cards, whatever, your choice. I have 5. Look at my cards to see, do I have any matching authors? I do not. So I will do this game like the game Go Fish. If you've ever played Go Fish, a game that I personally love, you ask the player if they have any of the author. Do you have any Louisa May Alcotts? And they say, no, Go Fish. So then I have to pick a card. And yay, I got a Louisa May Alcott. Well, this is a queen, I know, but this is imaginary. Use your imagination, people. So I got my Louisa May Alcott. I have a pair, and the game continues. Yay! Some people play, if you have a pair, then you go again. Some people play that you don't, it goes to the next person. House rules. House rules means it's your house, your rules. The last one, and I'm not going to say my favorite because obviously all of these games have their fun to them, but my favorite is called Rigmarole. And Rigmarole is so fun. It's a storytelling game. Who doesn't love to tell stories? Well, I'm sure there are people who don't, and if you are, then scoot. You're not going to be interested in this. But if you do love to tell stories, then this one is the one for you. Here's how it works. One person starts telling the story, and then another person continues from a really exciting point. It can't be a boring point that you stop at. You have to stop at a really exciting point. Although what is exciting to one may not be exciting to another. So it is a matter of opinion what exciting means. If it's exciting to you, then perfect. Exciting it is. I have included an example for you to read because I played Rigmarole with my mom, dad, and my sister. So check it out. We played a WhatsApp version. So this just goes to show how diverse this game can be. You can do it as a speaking game. You can do it as a writing game. What? That brings me to today's Talk Time Challenge. I've decided that the Talk Time Challenge will be to play Rigmarole. Obviously, because I said it's my favorite. I said it in secret though, so shh, don't tell people. I'm going to give you the beginning to a different story, and you can continue the story. You can continue it in a language that you're learning. You can continue it with your friends, on your own, with family. You can continue it as a written game of Rigmarole. You can continue it as a spoken game of Rigmarole. Whatever your little heart desires. Are you ready? Let's do it. I have to get in character for my Rigmarole storytelling. You know, you say Rigmarole enough times and it does not roll off the tongue. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was very, very cold. So she put on a big, poofy, warm, light pink scarf. And she decided to make a cup of hot chocolate because that's what you do when it's -20 outside. But oh no, she was out of mini marshmallows. She couldn't have hot chocolate without her mini marshmallows. So she decided to put on her coat, her gloves, her hat, her earmuffs, and go to the supermarket. But just as she was about to open the door, there was a knock on it. And that's where you continue. Who could it be? What's going to happen next? Will the girl ever get her mini marshmallows? I don't know. You tell me. I think the great thing about these games is that they don't only have to be played as language learning games. They can also be played with your friends, or in my case, with my family. Well, thanks for tuning in. Bye, friends.